Hello, this is Tom Mills at ISChamp. I want to take a couple seconds right now to talk to you about our attendance tracker. First, and probably the most important thing about it, it doesn't require a badge. It just requires that we set up the software and deliver a QR code to your learner so that they can take the course and use the QR code to mark them in attendance. So let's start this out right now. We're going to select a course. Select that course B. And now we're going to sign into the system. And we can search by name and add people in individually by name. If for some reason they didn't bring their QR code or didn't have a phone with them that has the QR code, or we can do that by their username. We can do it by their first and last name. But what we really want to show you today is the QR code. I'm going to set this up for continuous scan, and I'm just using the webcam on my computer. So here I am. Got a green screen behind me. That's not anything special, just more to give you a little bit more of a contrast. So let's start it now. As you can see through this, if you get a yellow message, the person is an employee or in the Sumtotal. If they're red, they're not in the system. If they're green, they're actually registered for the course that you're scanning in. And I mention that because there are times where you just might want to have an open class for people to come by and show up and come in, and we can enroll as many people as we want. It'd be nice if they pre-registered, of course, but you know, sometimes you don't get that. You don't get that leisure, right? So, as you can see, the slowest part of this is me pulling the individual sheets out because I'm being about 35 different people here. Oh, in this case, this is the student that couldn't be found. You gotta have all the different test cases on there, and you see what it shows. So you can be sitting here, and you can hook up as many of these as you wish. Have multiple man stations so that you can go through and, you know, with more readers, it's faster to pull people in, right? So the only really key here is you have to be the instructor in the class. And as we roll through this, my fingers are not as great as others. Let me get rid of that. There we go. And if I was a little faster on the draw here, we would just see how what it really looks like. We could test the system here on speed, but we're talking about me. So you're seeing that it stays on this screen for some period of time so that you have enough chance to say, hey, you know, you didn't register for this. You're not going to go in the class. You know, green is they're in the roster, and red, of course, is they're not. They're not in the system. Yellow is they're in the system, but they're not in this current course, the current roster. And you can come back and say, are you sure you really want to go to this thing today, or did you register for another session? Or you have a conversation if you want. But as we sit here, my whole video as of right now is under 4 minutes. So we just went through 35 people in under 4 minutes with me talking and fumbling around with pieces of paper. That's kind of, I guess, probably what would happen. You know, people sit there and talk and kind of stand in front of the badge reader, but you have that in any case. So reasonable time? Yeah, I think so. So once we're done, we're done. We go in here, we can see that the verified are actually active and enabled in Sumtotal. Registered are those who are registered for the course. You'll see that we have some here. And there we go. And we turn the instructor access on. We type in our password. And validate the password. Hopefully I have it right. There we go. And then we can remove people if we want. Say we want to remove Danny Wood because he really didn't want to come to today's course, and or whatever the reason, and we can knock him out. We come back here. We can choose to ignore the unregistered users. We can enroll them by just this little toggle there. We hit submit, and they get marked attended. That's it. Less than 5 minutes and 5.5 minutes, and you have a complete overview of the attendance tracker. Thank you.